So hello everybody, I'm Natacha Rault, Hero Specs on the projects, and I'm here to propose to do a bit of screening and gather ideas for the Wiki Loves Pride 2023. I would like your community inputs from all the various regions where you come from to have an idea to put themes, subjects and ideas for translation and areas where we should be focusing on the project. And I share my screen to show you where the project is. So actually, Wiki Loves Pride was a page that existed on Meta. Are you seeing something now or not?
It is just loading. We're still seeing black. I'm not sure it is working.
Okay. I see the black myself as well.
I don't seem to be able to share. Why? Okay. Well, maybe Owen, can you share? And I send you the link in the chat. Let's do it that way because I don't need to. Yeah. So it's a bit awkward. I'm trying to. Can you still hear me because I can't see you anymore?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Now I've lost Zoom trying to share my. Oh, here we are. So this is the first. It's a Wiki Loves Pride page, which has been existing for quite a long time, but nobody was active on it. And Les Sans Pages and the LGBT project on the Francophone decided to try and make a more international event out of it and have LGBT groups and projects and editatons work together. I'll try again just once. But
no, that is still showing black. Is it this year's Wiki Loves Pride page or the main Wiki Loves Pride page?
It's the main Wiki Loves Pride page, and now I've lost my Zoom. Here we are. It's not working. I'll abandon. If you can just show up the slide,
I will do that,
and people can follow.
Okay.
So this is a page. We thought it was a brilliant page, and that following all the attacks on LGBT contributors and projects, we thought that it might be a good idea to be out and proud about the things we do, and to have some initiative also, which is gathering around content and contribution and making ourselves visible and taking our place in the community. So we started, I think it was 2021, to do small events, and now we have the 2023 event coming up. We have held 2 sessions in January and February, and everybody is welcome to join the next sessions. We just thought we'd be leaving a bit of place for querying Wikipedia and starting again at the end of the month. And the idea is to start in June and to have something running up to the end of December, because in different countries and in different regions of the world, there are different days of celebration of Wiki Loves Pride, and there are also other kinds of celebrations like the International Day for Trans Identity, the Bisexual Days, and everything. And we thought it would be nicer if everybody could contribute in the way they want, with a small or little events, and if we could all do that together and share the results. So we have already had one event actually on the 29th of April in Liège in Belgium, and that was lesbians in concentration camp along with Queer Code. And this was meant as a community building event, like we started doing an editathon and a workshop. And these people in Liège are going to continue. They're a group of 5 or 6 people motivated to continue. There was not a big result in terms of articles created. What is more important is a sense of a community building and starting to get your fingers into it and building a community. So as you see, several people and groups have already put up some things that they want to do. The only thing is in Geneva, it will not happen because it will be in Paris, because we didn't have any answer from the Pride events in Geneva. They were too late in answering, so there was something that came up in Paris. So we'll be in Paris instead. But the Francophone community is going to have something on the 10th of June for Wiki Loves Pride in France. And
Natasha, can you please be slightly slower for the translation?
yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, I will try to speak slower. So is there anything I need to repeat for the translation? So you can...
Yeah, I think you're doing well and you can continue. Just try to do it slower.
Okay, thank you. So you can just put up your event here. You don't need to ask for permission. You can also participate in the next meetings. We don't have a date for that. If you want more information, you can write to me. I will put my address in the page. Here we are. You can write there to have an idea about the meetings. And now what I'm going to do is to share a pad where you can jot down ideas of the areas where you think it would be good contributing. And please put things from your own languages, not always from English, because we need to translate also from English into other languages. And I'm looking for the pad. Just a second.
If you send me the link, I can screen share the pad.
Yeah. Here it is. It's just a small pad, nothing dramatic about it, but I would love inputs from everybody.
I don't know where you have shared that link.
I have shared in the meeting chat.
Mary's going to the main meeting chat, not to which one.
Okay, so everyone in meeting, here we are. Here is the pad.
Got it.
First of all, I hope everybody can access it. I will have to look if it's public.
It works for me.
Yeah, it is public.
I'm sharing now.
Okay, so the idea would be to gather ideas for contribution. So first of all, what are the events and projects in your own language or own project that you know of that are tackling on LGBT projects? You can put that in the first question. And then are there articles that you think that would be vital to translate or to create? And then just jot down as many ideas as you can. Should it be history LGBT, culture LGBT? Do we need more themes on? I would personally say that we need more themes on bisexuality, history of bisexuality. We need more things on masculine trans people, because a lot of the articles that are done concern trans women. We also need to look into intersexuality and look that the laws in each country concerning LGBT rights are up to date, and also contribute about our history in our various countries. Yes, okay, thank you. I'm seeing things emerge. if you can put the links too when there's a link in another language. And also, if you have made an article that you are proud of, I would suggest that you do it, that you put it too. Native and two spirits, yes. Great. Yeah, transmask people, yes. Good. You can put specific articles to be translated. See also the talk at, yes, okay. The person who put Pai del Mais in Wikipedia Proyecto, maybe would be good to have a link.
I can add that link in a second. It is there's a talk, as I put in the pad, there is a talk at 16:25 UTC on Sunday.
I will be
about
following. Yes, okay, great. Sorry for interrupting. So what would be the resource LGBT biographies?
As I think probably Vic is currently typing. Vic and I and some people from Art and Feminism and two people we invited to add essays to the guide are launching an English version of a document that Wikimedia Argentina published last year. The English version will be launching on Wednesday in our session at 14:30 UTC.
Is that so? That is a kind of guide?
Yes.
It is a kind of guide. We already have it translated into English after some months of work. We will present this on Wednesday, and it's also translated into Portuguese, and it's available to be translated to many other languages as you want.
So it's a guide to contribute, or it's a guide about the representation?
Kind of both.
About, yeah, kind of both. Yeah.
Okay.
Nat, next on my list for that is to talk to you and Wikimedia France, Wikimedia Suisse, Wikimedia Belgium, and Art and Feminism to talk about translating it into French.
So that's a great idea. I would be in for translating into French if I have time. I have to see the length of the document. It's nice that you put it in there.
We can chat about that later.
Yeah, but here I would like us to focus more on content. And I see everybody has put Wikipedia, maybe think also Wikidata and Commons too. And put the articles that you are proud of, just jot ideas. And then it will give me ideas to organize maybe online events, because we said we would be doing at least one. We have not organized everything regarding finances. I think Owen and I will work on that afterwards, because it had no sense to, we didn't have time in March, April and May because of querying, and the month of March is always very heavy. So we'll get something sorted out with Owen. But here it's more content related, because this will be what the world is going to read on our projects, on open source projects, the Wikipedia articles. So just put as many ideas, the things you are proud of, the things that you think are vital for your country, if you can identify that. For example, if there's an article in your country or a theme on your country that you would like translated in as many languages as possible, put it there. Oh, I see a lot of input from Spain. Thank you.
That is why they have a talk on Sunday. They have been doing a lot of very good work on the Spanish language Wikipedia over the last year.
Can everybody still hear me? Oh yes, articles that you are proud
Yes.
of. Yes, I need to put also articles in there. There was the history of the representation of AIDS. I think that's also important. I had started to translate it in French, but it's not finished.
I have a list on the English Wikipedia that I've been putting together as a part of Wiki Project AIDS of English language articles that are missing or need improvement. And perhaps I should work with some people to do the same across other languages. We could coordinate something on Meta.
Yeah. So on Meta, I'm going to set up a international working list, which is a bit like that, like the one that we use for lesbians during the Holocaust. And actually, we are also going to use that one because it's there are still things that need to be done on that list. And the editathon in Liège showed that there's still work to be done concerning the history of lesbians during the Holocaust. Les trans, yes. I would also like to put something in there about the archaeology of trans identity. It's a very interesting historical subject, and historical subjects are easier to work on because there's not so much pressure. Yes, Owen?
On the archaeology of trans identities, one of the people that will be joining us on Wednesday is Dr. Kit Hyam, who recently published a book on called Before We Were Trans. And in conversation with our session launching that guide is Norena Shopland, a queer historian from Wales, who also works on generally on minoritized histories, but particularly queer minoritized histories. And she also has a book about respectfully writing about queer, trans, and gender nonconforming people and people of those experiences through history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I see we have a lot about Spanish and maybe Latin America. Is there anybody from Asia here, or from Russia, from Africa that would?
We have quite a lot of attendees from Africa. We have very few from Asia and Russia, I'm afraid. Also, it's a poor time of the day for a lot of Asia.
Yeah. I'm not on the pad now because I've put full screen. Can somebody jot down archaeology of trans identity? And before we were trans, I have actually a few books. I have Before We Were Trans. I also have the Susan Streichner book. Yeah, I have the Before We Were Trans. And there's also this book. I don't know if you can see me. Before Trans, 3 Gender Stories from 19th Century. Can you see it? Which is from
Yes.
Rachel Mesh. So it's about Jane.
Please spell the names.
So Rachel Mesh, M-E-S-C-H.
I have added that to the pad.
And it's before trans. It's not before we were trans. And it speaks about figures. So it's Rachilde, Jane de la Foi, masculinity for God and country, and Marc de Montifaux. Jane de la Foi, yeah, I'll be correcting the pad afterwards, yeah. So this would be maybe to work on having, we have 6 months, so maybe we could try to choose one emblematic article and obtain a quality label on all languages. Because then when we have a quality label, it appears on the first page of our Wikipedia projects. Yes. What about Wikidata? Is there anybody in for?
There is a project around gender on Wikidata who are talking, I think tomorrow. I have just opened the schedule to translate something, so I can't check right now. Andre, could you let me know when the sessions on gender in Wikidata are with Daniele Metilli and Ariel and Crystal and Alex?
Yes, and I will try to attend the session to gather ideas.
It will be 14:30 UTC.
And that's on Sunday?
Yeah, no, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
And also, I have discovered how to put a banner up on the French Wikipedia. We did so for Francophone African female writers. And so I will be doing the same probably in September or October on the Francophone Wikipedia. And I think it would be great if other projects, we could have a banner all at the same time, inviting people to contribute on LGBT content. So maybe if you are interested in that, you can also put your pseudo in the pad if you want. And if we are going to do an online event, what is the type of event you would like to attend? Would it be a more technical event, or would it be an editathon, or speaking about the problems we experience? That's down there at the bottom of the pad. Oh, beautiful cat.
Needy cat.
Oh, just a second, I'll get mine. Come here, darling. Ah, here we are. Here we are.
Another beautiful cat.
Yeah.
Other people with cats, you should bring your cat to the video if you like.
Natasha, do you know about the Wiki 99 project?
No. If you can jot that down.
That's a cool one.
There.
I put it on the. Yeah, I put it in the second section. I think it's in there somewhere. It's up a little bit. Wiki 99.
Okay.
On line 23. Some editors have come together to create a list of 99 articles that are important on any given topic. So there's now a Wiki 99 for LGBT, and there's a really great list there of some important articles that need to be maintained and developed across language Wikipedias. And I definitely recommend looking at that one.
Oh yes, that's also what I was thinking of. Yeah, great, thank you. And does it have a fair representation geographically?
Imperfect, but not terrible.
Okay, everything is imperfect. So then what we could do is try to bringing subjects to bring it to an absolute perfection. Yes, so how much time do we have left, Owen?
Just over 10 minutes.
Okay,
Have
so
until 50.
are there any questions? Does anybody have any question or remarks or suggestions to make?
I do want to say that I do believe that the we started Wiki Loves Pride in 2014. I was on that original organizing group, and it was definitely a big production. Jason Moore in Portland. There was a node in India. There was a New York event. There was so much photography at some pride parades all over, and just a lot of articles that were uploaded. And it's so interesting to me that these events just will pop up now. Like there's not necessarily a central organizer, pulling it all together. It's really kind of decentralized. But it's working well that way. Yeah. So that's very exciting. Yeah.
I'm really glad to meet then one of the organizers of the 2014 initiative. That's really nice. That's it's also the flexibility on our Wikimedian projects that if we are tired, we can stop a bit or pull back a bit, and then if we document what we are doing, and because this was documented, I found it. Then we open a door for people in the future to continue when we are tired, or to enhance or to bring up new ideas. That's nice. Yeah, well, I hope you will be participating then this year. It's also possible to participate as an individual. I think I will be setting up a fountain tool, and so we can jot in our articles in there if we want. It's really something possible too. And are there groups that we should contact and that are not there already? So we do have on the page many people, but are there people missing there? Are there groups, language groups missing?
I think this conference has a lot of English and Spanish speakers, a few French and German speakers. There's a reasonable number of people attending from Nigeria and Ghana in particular, but also other parts of Africa. So if any of our African participants want to say anything, please do feel free, or just add to the pad. There aren't so many Portuguese participants, apart from Andrea's Portuguese speaking, here today, I don't think. And there are a few from other parts of Europe and Africa.
Yes, Africa is with Les Sans Pages, we have African groups, and I know for our last series of events, one of them said they would not do something with us publicly because of our code of conduct, which specified that we wanted inclusivity for LGBT people, and because in their country it was illegal, they were afraid. So we did arrange for them to make an event without a clear connection to us and also finance it. But so this is also possible.
That is also the case here today, with at least one group attending as a node, sort of at arm's length from us, with some funding from the conference budget. That's definitely a thing we can do. I think you do that more successfully with Les Sans Pages than we have done so far as Wikimedia LGBT+, but we're getting there.
Oh, we haven't. We don't do everything very successfully too. With me, it's yes. So this is why I'm putting up a pad there, because nobody will know who is writing. I will just copy and put the list up somewhere under my name, a very official name, Natacha LSP, and not my volunteer one. So every subject can be mentioned there, and of course you feel free to email me if you would like, if you have any ideas that you would like to bring forth during these 6 months, or to ON2. I'm putting you in the loop, or to John Samuel.
The user group rather than just me, but
yeah,
yes,
the user group. And I hope that during these 6 months, we will be able to tell the world through our Wikimedia project the history and the beauty of LGBT people, initiatives, culture, and history, and counter a bit of that extreme fascism that is coming up everywhere in the world. That is the idea. My daughter is bringing home a lot of young people who are going through transition phases, and they have been reading the Wikipedia articles and told us how important it is that they find the information on Wikipedia, because it's usually Wikipedia is not a forbidden space for them, and they can look it up and they can look up at the information. So whatever history, culture, information we can put on there is really badly needed in all languages. I think I'm ready to wrap up if everybody wants to add something else.
I think so. I was just going to expand on what you just said. So one of the topics I maintain some is there's a set of graphs on Commons for where gender self-determination is allowed by law, and where, such as here in the United Kingdom, where trans identities are medicalized. And I noticed, one of the members of the Wikimedia LGBT user group recently put together some Telegram channels that follow queer-related discussions, article creations, and deletion nominations across several Wikipedias. And I noticed that I think it was Chinese, but it might have been Japanese Wikipedia is currently discussing whether Japanese Wikipedia is currently discussing whether their equivalent of that article, gender self-identification, should be deleted, or to have significant quantities of information removed from their Japanese context, because it is politically controversial there right now. And they're in a similar state to here in the United Kingdom, where the government is actively hostile to trans and queer identities. And so the political climate is more generally so as well.
Sad. Yes.
On on the plus side, one of the things I like about maintaining those graphs is I'm generally adding new countries. I have never yet had to remove a country from those maps.
That's good to know. And it would be nice to know if they are being used in every language too. Maybe you can jot that down in the pad. Make sure that these graphs are added in all possible Wikipedias, because I didn't know you were maintaining those. This is why I wanted to do a session. I'm not going to yes, Flavia, I see your question in the chat. The idea is just to jot down any article you are proud of, any historical article that you think would be good to be translated either in Portuguese or from Portuguese, and also identify maybe where is the main point of work that you have to do on your home wiki. Like I know on the Francophone wiki, we have to do more work on convention of styles. We have to do, so you can just put them down there, because I will set up an international list, and I would like input from as many countries as possible, so that we do not only do English-centered material. I would like us to translate from other countries. Actually, I have been taking Russian lessons to translate from the Russian Wikipedia too. So I'll be adding a few of mine afterwards, and I think that's it. I'm finished on my part. I hope I have answered, Flavia.
I think so. We have about 2 minutes left now before, let me read the schedule, before we have a 5-minute break.
So I propose to you that we all expand and do a bit of of movement and coffee before we move off to the other one, and you know, sort of like this, and and thank you very much for letting me have that impromptu talk, and thank you everybody attending and who contributed to this document. I'm staying on anyway, so do I just stay here or?
Yes, here is, so there will be one Zoom room for each of the 3 days of this conference. So there is one room for today. There will be future rooms set up for Sunday and Wednesday. The next session will be in this room. It is a panel with Belén de Grossi and Milagro Mariona. The panel will be in Spanish. The English title is Alliances Between the Wikimedia Movement and Independent Media.
And I would like to present you the new plush. She's willing to say goodbye to you. This is my little plush. How do you say plush?
Yeah, plushie.
She's plushy, and she's from Lissampage with my previous pseudo, because I had to change pseudo because I was attacked. And this is her daughter. She's called Octopedia. She's a witch and an octopus, and she has a Twitter account. We have lost the the key to the Twitter account. So this is our.
I see the one you just dropped appears to be in bisexual colors.
Yeah, exactly, because I'm bisexual, non-binary, bisexual, whatever, however that can intersect. Actually gender fluid, and yes, it's a bisexual cat with a witch hat with my previous pseudo, and you know, she's traveling the world.
Brilliant.
Here we are. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Natacha.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.